Hey, what's up, guys? It's Mr. Degree. This is the long anticipated how do you make ELC vehicle? Um, the concept is literally the same for every single light. Um, and really there's a lot of creative freedom when it comes to ELC. So I'm only going to be showing you how to do it on this, I believe, is one of CEO's ions. I'm going to show you the basic concept, really more so because I'm not a modeler. Honestly, I have no idea what the hell I'm doing half the time. Um, I'm just going to tell you how to be able to get it set up and working on ELC and what is required for it to work on ELC. I might not do something how it's supposed to. I might not do something technically correct to people that actually do Z modeler stuff like more often than I do. Besides the point, though, real quick before we get started, let me bring up the documentation page. I'll try and update this as best as I can with written documentation as well, just in case you are someone that likes to read instead of see. But I think in this case it is important to also see. There is an example light bar on there. This isn't a full-fledged light bar, it's just the emissives. This is so then we can distribute it without like getting in trouble because it's just white textures. With that in mind, the different paint codes. So if we go over to VCF real quick, quick explanation. Let's open up the example. You have the different colors for left, right, and traffic. Those are important because those get related to the different paint codes. This is so then we can have on the fly color changing, which is pretty cool, where you can have multiple different colors of lighting on one vehicle and one spawn code. So this, I'm gonna walk you through how to set this up. Right now, at least at the time of recording, and any version up to from 11.5 and forward, unless this gets changed, this is the current like recommended way we have like patterns set up for vehicles, and where like the different miscs should be placed. Think of the miscs as just for what ELS would be. It's like extra 1, extra 2, so forth. Just with ELC and using mod kits, it's letters or numbers. We can add as many mod kits as GTA adds to the game, which means more and more lights. It's just a matter of finding them. Besides the point, though, recommended setup. If you want to stray away from this, by all means, go ahead. More than welcome to also include your own patterns with the vehicle. This will allow you to have, like, say 20 lights in the rear and 4 lights in the back, and have a decent looking pattern. Total creative freedom. But besides the point, let's get into this. First thing I like to do, just simple, rename the emissive. So if we turn these off, turn off the glass, if I toggle this on and off, that's the actual emissive. Oops. Here, let's change this to perspective. That is the actual emissive itself. That's the thing that's gonna glow when the car's running. I am gonna treat this as a, I hope you know what you're doing. If not, kind of you got to figure that out on your own. Because again, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm showing you if that makes sense. So this right in its current state, you can technically use this. This should work as a light. The one thing to note is the axis here. Always reset the axis to center on the object. So if I turn this off, notice now it's right dead smack in the miss. This is going to help when it comes to the environmental lighting. It's going to actually produce the light where the light actually is instead of a couple inches under or above, so forth. So first step is renaming the emissive. Next step, at least how I do it, is reset the axis. And then in order to do the color changing, which is honestly part of the cool part of ELC, is setting the texture white. So I pull up over here. So this is the default texture that comes. You can see it's red. Now, if your texture already includes like a white light, like if there was already a white version of this down below, it might be easier to just move the texture, move the mapping. I'm not gonna show that just because I'm sure there's other tutorials of how to UV map on this. Or you can change the colors of the light to white. This way, then you just have to replace the texture, and then it will be white. So let's go ahead. Let's do that. So we're gonna come up to Material Browser. I'm gonna assume it's this one. We're gonna double click on that, and ion here. We're gonna change the texture. Let's see. I don't know. I probably don't already have one uploaded. Let me do this real quick. All right. So here's the file. I forgot the name of it. It's okay. It's just the. Go ahead. We'll upload that, and then wherever that ended up, I don't know. Type in the name. Go looking for it. I have no idea where it went. So I'm just looking at the preview here to see. Yeah, I don't know. You can tell I really don't do this a whole lot. Hey, yeah, I don't. Granted, I also don't know why all these textures are in here, but well, we're just gonna click remove on all of those, and we're gonna add it fresh straight in. Assume preview. There it is. Find it in the list for sake of yeah, I don't know where it, and oh, it's on the bottom. Of course it is. All right, but you can see in the preview that it is all white. So we'll go ahead. We'll go double click it. You can already see right away that it changed to white. We're gonna, yeah, we don't need to change anything else in there. And then this is where the paint codes come into play, is in the emissive name. So say we're putting this on the left side of the vehicle, left lights. You can just copy this portion right here, including the square brackets. Put it right at the end of the name. This is what's gonna allow ELC to set the color of it. That's gonna be so then we can either add more colors later on down the road. We can add more colors, and it's not based off of the vehicle. It's based off of the script itself, which hopefully makes it a little bit easier on modelers. The whole aspect of ELCs is to make it as easy as we can on people that create vehicles, because at the end of the day, who doesn't want it easier? Which is why I think, personally, I think changing from ELS to ELC is a little bit easier, just because 9 times out of 10, any public models you download, any parts you may have bought already, they become pretty organized and well set up to where, like, you got your extra one and then you just gotta split the emissive off of, because the one thing to note is on light bars, you have 8 front and 8 rear that you can have, and that's 8. You want 8 individual emissives. You can pair them together if you want. You have all 8, what have you. The important part is when you come to the VCF, if you're not using a like a MISC, say MISC A, for instance, let's duplicate this, and then go back here. So MISC A is technically part of the front on the light bar. Say you don't want to use it there. You're more than welcome to use it on a traffic visor. You just copy this line and then you paste it right down here. When it comes to questions about VCF stuff, feel free to use the support chat on Discord. That's going to be the fastest way to get a hold of me or anyone else to help set up the stuff. But then, so once you have the model itself set up, comes the VCF, and then if you notice here, the color option, left correlates back to what color we will apply to it, and we did set up the paint code on the material to be for left. That's one thing to keep in mind, is say you have a emissive that's not the right color, or it's like a blue in the red, what have you. Double check that this is correct, and if this is correct, double check the material. Another thing is the offset and rotation. So the offset currently is only front to rear of the vehicle. So that essentially allows you, for when the environmentals are on, you move the, in this case, move the emissive like position, but not physically, but in the script. So what the script cares about, you move it forward 0.14, and that's where it's going to create the environmental light from. This is to account for any like here we have glass in front of the stuff, any glass, any like other part that may be in front of the light that would cause a weird shadow. And then rotation, this is on the y-axis, so 45 here would be going like this way on the vehicle. That hopefully kind of makes sense, but then that's so then you can have like corner lights in the light bar, or if you want to set up side runners on a vehicle, that you would have to change the rotation in order to help with the environmentals, so then you don't get weird shadows. That essentially is the gist of it. I think the VCF setup is a lot more explained, but if there is any questions, do reach out. Again, there is the example light bar if you're someone that wants to actually have hands-on something to play with. That is something that you can click around in. You can look at the material, what have you. But that's the basic setup of a light for ELC. Really, there's not a whole lot to it. It's just sometimes it's hard to explain that over over text. So hopefully this helps you guys out. Any questions, let me know.